Hello, Professor Daniel. This is the oral presentation related to the oral exam of the first term. It is going to be focused on the analysis related to the typology of the document that I extracted from Edmodo. First of all, I would like to talk about the format that I'm going to use in this oral presentation in order to present to you in an organized way the ideas. The sections that compose this format are first of all the line. The second section is the error identification. The third one is the error correction. The fourth one is the error and mistake. For this section, I would like to talk about in a couple of minutes what is the difference of each one. Let's move on and let's talk about the error classification. The classification of error. God, and the next one is the sources of error, and the last one is the remediation. Well, what about the documents? The first one, it is about a summary of Simpson-Rayma. In this first document, I found some mistakes, not errors. Why? Because they don't have connection with something known as fossilization. Remember that the fossilization is the main characteristic of an error, because if the student have a fossilization, they're going to repeat that mistake, and that is not a mistake, that an error. They're going to repeat the error once, another one, again and again and again. So for this case, for the first document and the second document, I consider that the students suffered a lapsus when he or she was writing this written production, because there are mistakes related to the syntax, orthography, lexical, morphology, morphosyntax, sociolinguistic, and that's it. That's for the first document. Related to the syntax, the lack of prepositions such as the and to. Also with the orthography related to the proper names. In this case, Simpsons. The student didn't take into account the S at the end of this proper name. Related to the lexical, the students didn't know or didn't take into account the difference between of and from. What is the difference between each of them? Related to the since related to the morphology, let's move on and let's talk about the verb tenses. If we're talking about in past simple, let's keep that verb tenses in order to not get confused the reader. So here, and here. Oh, come on, buddy. He was a robot. His name is Bender, and he was from the future. Was, and why is. So let's take into account this part. Let's talk about in past simple. If we started in past simple, let's keep that verb tenses through the written production. Let's move on and let's talk about mate. This is my favorite part of the oral presentation. The proper names. Unbelievable. Proper names such as Homer's and Vendor started without capital letter. So it could be, I categorize this error as a morphosyntax. But it was pretty funny to find this mistake. But it is a mistake because in other cases, when the students use these proper names, they use the capital letter at the beginning of each one. Related to the orthography, Lila, God. Let's take into account the spelling, the correct spelling of the names. Related to the remediation for the syntax, well, in a general way. Let's talk about in a general way because the time is not enough. Let's practice. Let's do exercise to perform the use of prepositions, to perform the use of verbs which word with the preposition to. Let's do an exercise in order to recognize the use of capital letters, the use of possessive adjective, because it is not the same, has not the same meaning that him. So it a thing and him a person. So let's take into account that part. Let's move on to the second document. It is a summary about I Am Legend, chapters 4 and 6. Here it is simpler because all the mistakes are categorized as a morphosyntax because there is a lack of personal pronouns such as he. Also, there is a lack of auxiliary verbs such as was. Let's talk about the third line. He going to visit Virginia. Really? Really? He was going to visit Virginia. Teacher, give me your opinion. What do you think about this? It's awesome. And that's it. That is my review about these documents. And it was pretty awesome. It was pretty funny. So thank you so much.